Hello again, everybody, and welcome to another Inside Lowell podcast. I am your host, Teddy Panos, and today we're going to give you an inside view of Winterfest 2024. Back again this year, and dare I say, bigger than ever, with some changes that will be sure to liven things up. Going to introduce you to some folks who are working diligently behind the scenes to make it all possible for you out there. But first, I want to thank our sponsors who are helping to make this podcast, Inside Lowell podcasts in general, and of course, all of Inside Lowell possible as well. Thank you first to the Washington Savings Bank, serving the Greater Lowell community for over 130 years. Make the switch now to Washington Savings Bank. Unicare, offering a variety of plans for people insured under the GIC. At Unicare, your health is their top priority. Thank you as well to Boston North Company, business solutions to help restaurant and retail clients save money. If you're not doing your business with Boston North, you're not making your business as profitable as it could be. Mahoney Oil Company, providing warmth and protection to families in Greater Lowell and southern New Hampshire since 1925. That's almost a full century. That's Mahoney Oil. Thank you as well to Francis E. Preventure Insurance for auto, home, business, life. Trust the agency Greater Lowell has counted on for more than 40 plus years. Francis E. Preventure Insurance. GoPuff, our newest sponsor. It's a grocery store right at the tip of your fingertips. Use the code Lowell20 to receive $20 off your first order of $21 or more. You're going to get free delivery as well. So download that GoPuff app today or visit gopuff.com. And last but certainly not least, the Massachusetts Pirates, bringing all the action and excitement of arena football to the Tsongas Center in Downtown Lowell. Get your tickets today by visiting masspirates.football.com. And with that, I turn my attention to not one, not two, not three, but four. Yes, this is like one of our Festivus or Thanksgiving specials here, but that's how many people it takes to tell you all about the excitement of Winterfest 2024. I'm going to start left to right on your computer screen or TV screen, however you're watching us. We've got Danielle McFadden, Madame President from the Greater Lowell Chamber of Commerce with us. Hi, Danielle.
Hello.
Jess O'Hearn is next to Danielle. She is the Director of Mosaic Lowell. Hi, Jess. Hi. Tanisha Scarlett is in the house. You're going to be the shy one on this one, aren't you, Jess? I can tell. Tanisha Scarlett will not be the shy one. Why would she be? She is the lead singer for Tea and the Gents, one of the great musical acts you're going to see at Winterfest this year. Hi, Tanisha.
Hello.
And Peter Crew, representing the city of Lowell and CASE. He is the director of CASE. Let me see if I can get this right now. Cultural Affairs and Special Events.
Nailed it, Teddy. Good morning.
All right, I got it. By the way, this new camera, I get to see my thumbs. I'm going to have to be careful with my hands. Well, welcome to all of you. It's great to have you here. I'm excited about Winterfest 2024. Let's cut to the chase, Peter. The thing has kind of been a dud the last couple of years. I feel like, just kind of moving it, and no disrespect to the Lowell Auditorium, but, kind of moving it out of the heart of downtown where it was born, and, the human dog sled races and everything within walking distance. I felt it kind of detracted a little bit from the event. And my hunch is you folks over there at CASE and your bosses at City Hall kind of felt the same way, because it's coming back to the heart of downtown, and we're excited about that.
That's right, Teddy. We are excited. First of all, we have great partners over at the Lowell Auditorium, and Pete and his team over there are fantastic. But, I think one of the great things about Winterfest is it's continued to evolve and sort of change over the years. And every sort of couple of years, we're reinvented as a new kind of event. So we are excited this year to move downtown to a brand new location. We'll be taking over Palmer Street and Middle Street, right in the heart of downtown, February 16th and 17th. And it's going to be a really, truly immersive experience with events happening all the way from Enterprise Bank over to Derby Park. New temporary sculptures going up and activities really for all ages. So we're really excited about it.
Yeah, when you say it's returning to the heart of downtown, you're not kidding, because the original location, of course, we all know was out on Arcan Drive out there by City Hall. You're actually bringing it right to, dare I say, Middle Street, the parking lot there at Enterprise Bank. And that's going to allow the opportunity for something people have kind of theorized and wanted to see for a while, a chance to close kind of close down Middle Street to some degree and Palmer Street, and see if you could create kind of a block party type atmosphere. And I think this is going to be a good test run for that to see if it'll work for other events and festivals as well, right?
Yeah, absolutely. That was the idea, is to really, we will be fully closing Middle Street and Palmer Street for those 2 days, which the great thing about that is it makes the event accessible and walkable while also not really hampering traffic around downtown. It'll still be very accessible for parking. Our friends over at the Women's Professional Hockey Game have a game that Saturday. So getting to that and then coming to the event will be easy peasy. But it will be the first event that we've done recently that is fully immersively downtown.
Awesome. What are the dates of it, by the way?
February 16th and 17th.
All right, right on President's Day weekend, right?
Yes.
So holiday weekend as well.
And school vacation week kicks off that.
That's right. Another good timing point there. What are some of the new activities that people are going to see this year?
Yeah, we have a lot of new exciting activities this year with the move downtown. Our production partners over at BRM Productions, they are bringing in a series of fire and ice sculptures. There'll be a mix of live ice carving and sculptures happening, and some live fire sculptures as well, that are really, really cool.
Any concern the fire sculptures melt the ice sculptures?
No, they have thought that through. They'll be sort of mixing and matching them. But
Don't locate them too close.
they won't be located too close together. But it's going to be really, really interesting and something that we haven't done before. And we're partnering with our friends over at the Axe Shack over on Church Street, and we will be doing axe throwing, sponsored by them. Will be available both Friday night and Saturday.
Do not let Danielle anywhere near an axe. I have seen the video of her doing it at the new bar downtown. You do not want Danielle with an axe around children, I promise you.
Fair enough. But we're excited for that, and we think people are really going to like having new activities like that as well. And Derby Park, the stage at Derby Park will feature sort of a beer garden with our partnership with Navigation Brewery, and we'll have some fire pits and LED light up swings spread out across the event as well.
All right. So along with that, some returning favorites, right? You didn't completely do away with all the popular stuff from past years, right?
That's true. No, and we are partnering with our friends over at St. Anne's. They will be coordinating their annual chocolate festival. Will be coming back, and they will also be hosting our annual soup competition. Will be happening over in Edison Hall at St. Anne's on Saturday. And we are still, if you are interested in being a soup competition competitor, slots are still available for that as well.
Okay. Tanisha, music has always played a huge role at Winterfest, both kind of around the downtown, but in the big tents. I assume you guys are one of the headline acts,
Yes,
T
of
and the
course.
Gents. Tell me a little bit
I
about
hope
the band.
so. I shouldn't be sitting here if I'm not. Right?
Well, I figured they probably stuck you with the coordinating duties.
I help
well.
out here and there. We actually have 4 new bands this year that are making their Winterfest debut.
Ooh, awesome. What's the musical lineup?
So, what isn't the musical lineup? We've got so much. This is my key so I don't miss anyone. So, Friday night in the Enterprise Bank tent.
I like that.
Will be the bank tank, right? In the bank tank. We have Party Band that goes on at 7, and then X-Teen and the Intense, which will be on at 8:30. So they're another returning favorite. Derby Park will have the Winterfest debut by the Evolutionists. And then we have the light show after their performance as well. Saturday, in the Enterprise Bank tent, we have Old Rochelle, Alligator Wine, who's making a Winterfest debut. And then we also have Squires of Soul, which is another popular band. They've actually performed at LaLasha Park for one of the 4th of July events that we have. And my band, T and the Gens, at 8:30 in the Enterprise Bank tank. And then I'm going to call it that too, bank tank. In the Derby Park
We get a
tent.
tank that looks like a bank.
Yeah, it's a
get on that.
bank tank.
If anyone will make it happen, it's Danielle.
I know, right? And then Derby Park tent on Saturday at 12:30, we have The Venture, who's making their Winterfest debut. Then we have the Fundraisers at 2:15, and that's spelled Razor, Razors. And then a returning band as well, a reggae band, Dis and Dat. That's on at 4:15. And at 6:30, we have the Magic Show. that will be happening in the Derby Park tent. And then Damon Chili, who's also a newcomer for the bands, is performing and making their debut at 8 o'clock on Saturday. So lots.
Two stages. It kind of sounds like you're going to have music going nonstop.
Yes.
Right? There'll never be a down moment, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Because the opening ceremonies are Friday the 16th at 6:45, and then from there it's just music, and then there's more bands on Saturday because we have the full day.
All right. By the way, if I sound a little bit better now, it's because the idiot host of this podcast left his microphone on the floor from the previous podcast we recorded, but I'll be a lot louder now, but I'll stand far away from it. So before we move on, tell me a little bit about T and the Gents. How long have you guys been together? What kind of music can we expect to hear from you?
Well, we started off because I've been a singer forever and I was asked to perform a lot more than normal locally. So I said I probably should coordinate a band, and we became officially T and the Gents in 2017. And I want to say not even 2 years after that is when we got our first invitation to perform for Winterfest. So this is actually, I believe, going to be our 6th year in a row that we've been performing. So it consists of myself, the lead singer, and then I have a drummer, Chiron, my keyboardist, Mike McSwain, who I grew up with. He's like a brother of mine. And then I have Herson on the bass, and then Jacob on the guitar. And we're pretty much a cover band, and we just like to have a good time and make people dance. And we accommodate towards our crowd pretty much. So if we're doing Winterfest, obviously it's all focused on dancing, upbeat music, things like that. So you can expect some Aretha Franklin to like Alana Miles to,
Right to me,
lots,
right to me, Tanisha. I
He's
love
been
it.
demanding respect for a long
Yes.
time. Oh, we got some of that.
yes.
So there'll be music for middle-aged people like me, is what you're
Yes,
trying to
we
tell
go
us. Good.
across all genres and all centuries of music, pretty much. Like not all centuries, decades, I should say. But we actually had a special guest last year, which was my youngest son, Declan.
Ooh.
So he was 7 when we performed. He's 8 this year. So he made sure that I told people that he's singing. So he helps me pick songs. So he keeps me in the loop of the younger generation.
Awesome. And the full schedule that you just went through, because the only thing I remember, believe it or not, is your band, T and the Gents, at 8:30 on Saturday.
Yes, that's
but
us.
Where can I go look it up, print out a copy so I can kind of bounce around from
Yep,
location
so
to
the-
location?
That's all on lowellwinterfest.com. Or you can go to Lake Lowell social media, and we link everything there as well.
All right. Jessa Hurd, as we mentioned, director of Mosaic Lowell. Tell me a little bit about your efforts, Mosaic Lowell's presence here at Winterfest. This is the 3rd year now?
This is the
you've been
3rd year.
involved?
I'm excited because it's my 1st year participating,
Oh.
but it's Mosaic's 3rd year doing both the art market and the youth mural competition. So both of those things will be coming back in the new location. We'll have a tent start Friday night and all day Saturday with 19 artist vendors who will be in there that whole time. So that's anything from painting, glass, crochet, packaged food. It's a little bit of everything, a little taste of Lowell. And then the youth mural competition will be happening on Saturday. So we can have up to 10 teams. This is the last week to sign up. So please reach out to Mosaic if you have a group of youth. So it's eligible ages 13 to 17, can be on a team with one lead, adult, but they have to be the ones painting. The theme this year is, I think, My Lowell. So it's the concept of how would you design a public art piece that would be like the future of Lowell.
How big are these murals? Are you going to let people get up there on some of the
No.
full buildings like we've kind of seen
They're
pop
on
up
panels
recently?
so that they can
Darn.
be moved around. I want to say they're like
4x4 size panels.
Yeah, and then after the competition, it's from 10 to 3 on Saturday, and then it is judged, and there are prizes given, and then they get moved to City Hall, so they're going to be on display in City Hall after that. But we do still have openings for teams, so if anybody has a group of youth, age 13 to 17, if they have some folks who are younger, they can also participate. They just won't be like in the competition, but they can still be a part of it.
And what can I expect to see over there at the art market? Are you focusing on artists from one particular studios? Are they coming from all around?
From all over. So we,
Okay.
each time we do an art market, so we have been doing an experiential art market during Folk Fest and then during Winterfest. And we usually put out an open call, and that's juried. So folks apply. We had a lot of people apply this year, so we had to make some tough decisions. Our jury had to make some tough decisions. But it's a little bit of everything. So most of the folks there have a connection to Lowell, either live here or work here. A few do not, but just prioritize having a good variety of of things for people to check out.
All right. It sounds like an awful lot of entertainment. It sounds like an awfully expensive thing to put on. Peter, how much does something like this cost the city?
Sure, that's a great question, Teddy. And with the move downtown, we're really excited about it. But it has elevated the cost as we look to elevate the event and what that looks like. We're fortunate this year to have some city funding available, but Winterfest would absolutely not be possible without the support of our great corporate sponsors. And I'll let Danielle talk about that a little bit.
Nice little segue over to Danielle. You're responsible for paying all this.
Oh my goodness. All right.
It's stuck
You
with
got the
bills.
invoice.
I'm gonna get the laundry over the weekend.
So how has the response been already, and what are the opportunities so folks who are just watching this can get involved? Because it really is a true community event, and you're involving the whole downtown.
So kind of rewind a little bit. So years ago, there was a Winterfest fundraising committee. I've been on that committee for over, I think, 15 years at this point. A few years ago, we made the decision with the city to combine all the major city events that happen. So Winterfest, 4th of July, and the City of Lights under kind of one fundraising umbrella. So it's called the Mill City Festival Fund, which I co-share with Chris Dick over at Pride Star Trinity EMS. And it gives businesses the opportunity to look at what level they want to or can, they're able to sponsor at, and then all the different opportunities. And it gives them exposure at all 3 events, which is really exciting. So it's kind of, you write one check for the year, and then you're covered for all the major events. Or you can write a check quarterly, however it works for your business biannually. But it's a really great opportunity to get involved at whatever level you're able to. With things, having your logo on a banner to social media promotion to everything in between.
Are there any opportunities for businesses or even individuals who may not be able to get to some of those levels but want to specifically contribute to this event? Is there a way for them to do it?
We will work with any business or individual to make something that works for them.
How did I know you would say that?
Yes, everything is fully customizable. Work with your business.
So how do I get involved? How do I find all this info out?
You can contact me directly. So it's Danielle McFadden, and my email is dmcfadden@greaterlowellchamber.org. I believe all the information is also on the Greater Merrimack Valley Convention and Visitors
It is, yes.
Bureau's website, which is merrimackvalley.org. The CVB is a fiscal agent for this fund.
And are there opportunities at the event for families who arrive from out of town and may not even know about these opportunities to do something? I know you're in charge of the bucket brigade at Folk Festival. Can we get like a winter?
You're giving me like,
can we get like a snow bunny brigade or something?
I will not be the head of any snow bunny brigade. I will
put your coat on, walk around, get some folks to volunteer.
If you give me a bucket, I will walk around, but I am not coordinating that.
Your kids are the best fundraisers in the city.
They are. Zoe will shake down people, and she'll be like, "Give me $20, please." So yeah, they are great. But that's a great idea, just something to consider for future endeavors. And if you are watching and that's something that you would be interested in coordinating, I will happily
No bunny
engage
brigade
in that conversation.
Danielle will pass the clock. Do want to take a quick moment just to kind of say a special thank you to Enterprise Bank, because they basically gave up their parking lot for the weekend, which probably is going to create a little bit of a disruption for their staff and their customers on Friday while all this gets set up, if not sooner, right?
Yeah, we'll be starting setup on Thursday.
Okay.
But Enterprise has been an incredible partner in this, and we really couldn't do such an immersive Winterfest experience without their participation. But I think Tanisha too can talk to you that they're really excited to be a partner with us in this.
Oh, for sure.
You can see her pin right there.
I'm repping Enterprise
Put on
Bank
your
right now.
Enterprise hat for
I'm working right now.
And, obviously, it's an institution that gets involved with all sorts of important
Absolutely.
community events in Lowell. And this one now, you're kind of taking on a big responsibility here, right?
Yeah, I know.
You've become the auditorium, except outdoors.
No, it's really exciting. I actually didn't even know this until Peter. I was like, wait, where are we performing this year?
In the tank.
Because so now I know we're in the tank. I was like, oh, what a coincidence that I also work for Enterprise. That was funny. But no, I know they're really excited that this is something that they'll be able to do to help the city. Because like you mentioned earlier, people do miss being downtown. So this just was opportunity presented itself kind of thing. So I wasn't involved in that part of it. So, but shout out to Enterprise. But because I'm newer with the team, because I started in October. So I'm now learning some of the ins and outs of some of the things that they do. Because I've always, prior to being a team member, seen Enterprise Bank, Enterprise Bank, Enterprise Bank. So this is really cool to be able to be a part of this as an employee and as a performer and performing literally right outside my window.
Sounds good. A lot to do this weekend. Any final thoughts?
Yeah, too. And if you are an Enterprise Bank patron, do know that the city is working closely with Enterprise to ensure that there will be plenty of options if you have banking business that weekend.
We can save a few parking meters for them right around the branch, right? The employees can walk from the garage, but
Exactly.
we get some meters for their customers.
I guess in closing too, I'd say we're also really excited. There will be on Middle Street, there will be a food truck court taking over. We have 5 food trucks with a really broad array of offerings. We setting up a little food court area in the parking lot at Enterprise Bank, which will be great. And if you have kids, 12 to 3 o'clock is when the bulk of our kids programming, which is all free, will be happening right down at the Enterprise Bank lot.
Awesome. Now, if we can just arrange to get just enough snow, like Friday night, to kind of make it a winter wonderland. Today's storm would have been perfect.
Right, just
the one that we
just
got today that recorded. All right, one more time, Peter. How do Winterfest 2024? Friday, Saturday, the 16th and 17th?
Correct. Mm-hmm.
Right in the heart of downtown Lowell, centered on Middle Street, but fanning out around. There'll be all sorts of things to do. Where do people get all their info one more time?
LowellWinterfest.com.
All right. And Danielle, if people want to support this thing, donate, individuals, organizations, businesses, you name it.
Contact me directly. I will gladly have a conversation with you and shake you down for some money to support this event.
Contact Danielle McFadden of the Greater Lowell Chamber of Commerce. And if enough of you ask her to get into a snow bunny outfit and walk around with a bucket, she will do it. I promise.
I think I'm gonna keep
We're gonna add that as a voting button.
Really cute.
I've seen her at the City of Lights parade. She could definitely pull off the fundraising at Winterfest.
Yeah.
Thank you, Danielle, Jess, Tanisha, and Peter. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having
Looking
us.
forward to a really successful weekend. I know I'm excited about it. I hope you are as well after learning more about Winterfest 2024.
Don't hibernate. Come celebrate.
Say that on camera again.
Don't hibernate. Come celebrate.
I love that logo right there. Thanks, everybody. Till Winterfest and forever. Stay safe.